I got you live on Facebook right now.
Yeah, there's no sound.
I got you going on YouTube
Just kick
right
her
now.
right over.
Okay.
All right. All righty. And here we are, the beginning of the year. First off, welcome everybody. It's glad to see that 2026 is back and we got the trail going. As you can see from the folks here on the meeting, we got a new group of directors that have stepped up this year and wanted to become involved. So, absolutely thanks to you guys for stepping up. It's great. We had some stuff go on a couple years ago, and as a result, last year a lot of the directors just needed to take a break and have some personal time and do their own thing. So we only ended up with a couple derbies last year, but this year we're back. We're having fun. Most of them are in Alberta, but we got one out in Manitoba as well. So I'll go around. Everybody pretty much knows who a couple of these folks are. Most people are going to know who Chad Shank is. Chad's going to run a lake trout derby out at Rock Lake. Gord Bus is a fan favorite. Gord's really going to do a lot too. He's doing Buffalo Lake, Beaver Lake up by Lac La Biche, and Wobman Lake.
It's Battle.
That's what I said first, didn't I?
No, you said Buffalo.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Battle. Well, it's because we used to call it the Battle on Buffalo, and now it's the Battle on Battle. So, so sorry. Battle Lake, Beaver Lake near Lac La Biche and Wobman. Tyrell, welcome. He's joined us this year. He's going to be running a Manitoba Derby. So, for the guys that want to get out and have some fun Manitoba pike, he's going to be running that. And then also, Taryn's not on tonight. He's getting ready for bedtime with the little ones, so he's running his Carrollside Derby again, and then I'll have my two derbies at the Open Creek Dam again. So it's going to be a great year. Thanks, guys, for stepping up and helping out. No. So, what made you want to join, guys? Chad, you muted yourself.
Mute myself. There we go. Sorry. Being that Cold Lake wasn't happening, I wanted to bring in lake trout onto the table. So after you and I discussed, and I tried to get Cold Lake back, unfortunately, statistically, we couldn't make it happen. So I wanted to find a lake with some views, but with lake trout. And I thought of Rock Lake right away. I know there's a lot of kayakers in here that know of Rock Lake, keep it pretty quiet to themselves. So we're going to bring it out to everyone to see. And it should be a really good time.
Perfect. We keep losing Gord. How about you, Tyrell?
I'll go. So I joined because I fished with you guys for 2023 online, and 2024 I went around the trail with you guys, and that was really fun. And now that you guys are back, I think it would be really fun to put on some Manitoba tournaments, because it's kind of limited on directors over here right now. So it should be
that's
really
awesome.
good.
Yeah. I don't know why
Gord,
that's
you
doing
keep
that.
losing your camera. I don't know if your whole thing's going out, but every once in a while your camera disappears, but we'll just try it. So, Gord, what about you?
Well, I didn't hear the question to begin with, so yeah, I just figured
what brought you on here?
We could use a few tournaments where it's 2 days. Well, I wanted to bring in the walleye aspect because it's a pretty big thing out west. Obviously, we don't have bass, right? You got bass in BC, you got some in southern Saskatchewan, which is one lake. Then you got to go all the way to Manitoba or northwestern Ontario. So, looking at it in the way the NWT is run and a lot of the production is going with that, we can bring kayak life tournaments into the mix.
Yeah, I definitely think. Me personally, I'm not a walleye guy. I'm not a big walleye fan. I prefer pike and trout. They seem to be a little more fun than walleye. Walleye, you kind of hook up with them and they'll come up to the surface. You catch a 13-inch pike. He thinks he's about 4 feet long and wants to try and kill you. So I like pike fishing a lot, but
Those
that's
are the
just me.
worst.
No, and what was that?
I can't be walleye.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm losing you now and then, but yeah. So um, one of the cool things for people to know is the derbies that Gord's putting on at Battle, at Beaver Lake near Laklabish there, and at Wabman. They're both 2-day derbies, so you're going to be fishing. You're going to be fishing 2 days worth of derbies there, as well as there's going to be big fish each day out there and stuff. So they're going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then also $10 for each. I'm gonna drop out and try and reconnect here. Give me a second.
Okay, sounds good. There, I'll just kick him off. uh, yeah, no, it's going to be great. So we've got so obviously this year it's a little bit different. Instead of the trout and sucker derbies being the first one, Taryn's going to actually run Carrollside Derby on the 23rd this year. So Carrollside will be the first derby. So we're starting in the south. And then, so you go Carrollside on the 23rd of May. Then the 30th of May will be the Trout on the Fly. The 31st will be the Sucker Derby. Oh, we got Gord back here. Hold on. And then
Is it?
June 20th and 21st will be the Battle Lake Derby. July 11th and 12th will be Beaver Lake. August 1st will be Rock Lake up by Hinton there. Then the Manitoba Pike Classic out at Niso Lake in Manitoba is August the 8th. And then we've got the wind up on Wabamun Lake on September the 12th and 13th. So it'll be interesting. I remember years ago when we first kicked it off, Andy Watt had ran a couple derbies. The one year he ran one down at Payne Lake, way down south there, and that was in September. And then he did. I think it was it was Burnstick Lake he did in September too, and it was fun to get out and fish for these fish into September. So I think Wabamun's going to be a great event this year.
It
So
it will be fun.
yeah, it will be a lot of fun. So the one thing too is with new directors, we kind of got around. We still have, like I said, there's still a few people kicking around. Denise is still on board with us. She's just she's not running a derby this year at the moment. Who knows what might happen in her life? She might free up a little bit of time, but just they moving, and she got in a car wreck this year, so her truck just finally got that back recently, and they bought a place and grandbaby, so she's been really busy this. She's doing that. She's still here to kind of help us give us a foundation for doing our apps. So the fishing chaos will get used again for the any of the derbies where we don't or where we do have the cell service. That'll be listed there. as it's been before, what we're going to be doing
yeah, we
with
lost Mike.
Fishing Chaos is you guys will just go and do the monthly plan. So it's only going to cost you whatever it is, $5 or $6 a month, I think it was. And the reason why we do it that way is if we allow them to take the registration money, we actually lose a fair bit of that money. It doesn't get back into the anglers and into the donation pools. So in order to do that for a $50 tournament, we'd have to be raising your fee by probably, it was like $15 or something just to still get in at that $50 range. So that's kind of why we're doing that way. And for the Open Creek, the Sucker Derbies, we don't have that cell service out there to be using it. So for that, we'll still continue to run it the way we're running. But so you'll see that all up here soon. On our WordPress page, I just brought it up here. I'll post it in the chat here. The updated 2026 Code of Conduct is in there, as well as the rules for all of the events are all posted in there. So if you click the little pictures on that page I shared, it'll bring it up. You can download it. So with rules, we sat down together as a group. We had some chats. One of the biggest rules will come under number 6, watercraft. Motorized kayaks are permitted for tournament anglers. We have stipulations have been put in place regarding motors. Anglers may have a motor attached to their kayak, and it must fall within the following specifications. Okay, so here's the big thing with this, guys. Single motor only. We're not allowing dual setups, like where the guys have a bow mount and a stern mount motor. You're only allowed that one single motor. Electric motors only. No, you're not allowed to put a little gas jobby on your kayaks. We debated this for a long time of what type of thrust to allow, whether we were going to do a 55 or a 60-pound thrust. The problem is once we start looking into some of these other motors, their watt rating is a lot higher than what would fit into those. So what we've done is it is a max 200-pound thrust or the 3 horsepower 2400 watt equivalent and 36 volt max for your motor. So we're not allowing any of the 48 volt motors in there. And the reason why we're doing that is just some of your kayaks that are coming out motorized are starting to run at that 36. You get, if guys are looking into the Garmin motors and stuff like that, we can be seeing guys with these 36 volts very easy. And like we said, the 200-pound thrust, yes. Jet ski motor is out, Merritt. The 200-pound thrust, that just allows for all of the torpedoes and that kind of stuff. So well, Dan, I've seen you turn it forever, but I miss you. So that's kind of one of the big changes. We'll be reviewing and making sure that everybody's motors look decent and they're properly mounted. You've got it all set up right. That we're expecting that you got any safety features that come from motors, you're going to have them active and working. Just trying to see. Obviously, same as always. There is a PFD to be worn at all times on the water. If you don't have your PFD on, you'll get told once. If you get told again, you're out of the tournament. Plain and simple. You're just going to be disqualified. As the conduct, you guys are all signing a code of conduct every year. That's the documents that you guys sign and hand into us. That is your registration for the trail and a code of conduct. So it's all just about making sure that we're behaving on the water. We're not doing anything detrimental on the water that's going to negatively affect kayak fishing here in Western Canada or this trail or other anglers or or the public. And we say it all the time, same as when we're driving down the roads. Just take your time. We don't need to be ripping around places. It's pretty easy to tell where you're going when there's 30 kayakers on the water and they see you ripping up to the boat launch with a kayak. They can pretty much assume you're with us. Fish mortality. This is something new, and this may change. This may change between the events. Some of our events, they're wanting us to release the fish right back into the water, even when it's dead. You still have to, if you have a fish that dies, you need to stop angling, pull your lines in, and let the organizer know. Whether it's you yelled at him because he's close enough, or you give him a phone call if you've got cell service, or you have to go fish. If there is a fish mortality, before you can continue fishing, you've got to let the tournament organizer know, because we have to submit to, along with a report at the end of how many fish have died out for us. So we just got to make sure we get that handled. I'm trying to think if there was any other things that we changed as far as the penalties. Yeah, same as always. Bump boards perpendicular, fish's head on the left side of the photo. Yeah, belly to belly. Your kayak has to be in the water, shore. You have to be in your kayak next to it. You physically have to be there take your picture. I think that's kind of the big stuff. Like, we're going to open up here registration. The big one is, so tournaments are $50, except for the 2-day tournaments are $75 for those tournaments per angler. And that's because you're running a 2-day tournament out there. So for camping, if you're going to be camping at Rock Lake, get hold of Chad. Chad, you've got a whole bunch of spots reserved there, I believe, already.
Yeah, so I have 8 spots reserved in the Upper Moose Landing. We are allowing multiple people per campsite, but it is kind of whoever reaches out to me first and is willing to hand me the money to send to them gets a spot first, and then people afterwards kind of got a bag and share and everything else. We already do have 3 spots booked, and 2 of those spots we're sharing with other units already. We're trying to double up, so if you have friends or people you prefer to camp with, I would like to plan it out that way to kind of get everyone up in that Upper Moose Landing. It'll just make a lot easier. They are being very generous, and they're going to let us kind of be more like Cold Lake style, but being our first year up there, I want to be cautious, of course. So yeah, if you want to camp with specific people or anything, make sure you kind of reach out to me so I can kind of pre-plan that. I've kind of set up a little map in my phone, and I'm going to start putting in names and stuff. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. Or just down the road, if you want somewhere luxurious, reach out to Rock Lake Earth Lodge. They got 4 cabins or the lodge, and they're like 3 minutes down the road. And Shanice and Brody, talk to them. They're a great couple, good friends of mine, and they can hook you up there as well.
What's your cost at Rock Lake per night?
I believe it was 20. I'm just trying to bring it up right now on my phone while I was sitting here. I believe it's $20 a night for a trailer and $15 a night for a tent is what it is. And I have Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night booked for whoever wants to make the long weekend fun. Sunday, I'm just going out fishing and enjoying the weekend kind of thing. And I'll be up there probably Friday morning. It's kind of my plan, leaving Monday. So whatever people want to do, we're going to have a tournament Saturday. But yeah, if anyone wants to stay a little longer, we have the availability, so it should be a really good time. But yeah, I will put it up on, once I find it, of course my phone's not loading all of a sudden, I will put it up under my tournament of what the actual cost is per night as a guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure it's 20 for a trailer, 15 for a tent, and 15 is 2 tents, so if you bring in 2 tents, that counts as 1, they told me. So that's not a big deal either.
Perfect. Oh, sorry. I guess that would probably respond to Jill's question asking if anyone wanted to take someone off her hands. I'm assuming that was what Jill's response was. So that Robin answered. Yeah, there you go. There. Apparently, there's going to be a little bit of passing around of the dog sitter.
Oh,
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll put a post up as well on the Facebook page. It'll list the prices each derby, the prices. If there's camping that you have to pay to us, it'll have the price listed there as well as the email address that you can send the money to. I think that's probably what we'll do is we'll just get everybody to send it into us, and then I can just e-transfer to Chad for Rock Lake, and then everybody just can do one payment for themselves. But yeah, other than that, it's going to be great, guys. As I said, I'm super excited that these guys all decided to step up and help out. It was definitely a little different last year, not having all of the events to go to. So we're really hoping that this year it's going to be getting everybody back into the groove. We don't have the SummerSlam running this year, and that's just a logistical thing right now. Hopefully we can get that back up next year, but that does take a lot of effort to get into, and with everybody just getting their feet wet this year, it just makes it really hard to run that one this year. So I know lots of people love doing that, but we'll hopefully see that back on board for next year if we can get some more help running it.
Oh, Robin's doing the $50 for Open Creek. Kiss a sucker again. Yeah, kissing
that'll be the first
Robin's husband does not count.
That is showed.
yeah, for camping at my event,
to put it in Ron's words, that would be potluck, not sucker.
No, there you go.
Am I still cutting in and out, or what's going on here? Because it seems like you two are cutting in and out. Camping at I posted all the links for it, and because it's provincial campgrounds, you can't book till 90 days beforehand. So just set up, go, and you can pick out, like, Beaver Lake is pretty decent, has power and sewer if people are pulling their trailers up there, so they'll have all of it. And then for Battle Lake, there's the campground there as well. So right there with the boat launch, and it's not far from the lake. So I think that one's like $29 a night or something like that. And you can get power and water there, I believe, as well. And then I got a last case scenario. If everything is booked up, we may have someone who needs their grass cut on their acreage and wood split and garbage taken out and maybe some shoveling of dirt as payment to be able to camp there. So
if only we knew who that person was. If only they would comment on the stream once in a while. No, and that's great. You know, we'll make sure that we'll get one post done up that'll have each of the events with a link to the location of where it's going to be, the costs for it, all that kind of stuff, and then email address of where to send the money. Oh, look, there's even an outhouse there.
Hey. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good year.
I don't want to know who's cleaning the outhouse, though.
And then for anyone planning to go to Manitoba, like
you're not allowed to burn things down.
To see a fair bit of people out there, but there's a fair bit of room at Niso Lake Lodge. But if it comes down to it, there is a lot of accommodations elsewhere. If you need a hand looking, just let me know. But there's 3 lodges up that road, just on the highway. I was thinking lots of you guys that are coming from out west probably want to do some bass. So staying at Rocky Lake is also a really good option. There's stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it'll be great to have events back out Manitoba again. I know the last years that we've been out there, the guys have really enjoyed fishing out there. So it's nice to expand, and hopefully we get some back into Saskatchewan again in the next year or two, and
There's
back
already
into
talks
BC.
for that one for Saskatchewan. Already talks with a couple people already. So for next year,
Perfect.
it may be even starting a little earlier, like the beginning of May next year.
Yeah. No, other than that, we just kind of wanted to. Sorry, what was that?
I said it may be even starting a bit earlier, like beginning of May next year in Saskatchewan. So
Yeah, no,
because
and
their
that'll
season
be great.
opens up pretty early.
There's open water. The reason to not have it fishing.
Exactly, that's what I think. This snow and ice can go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody
There's open water,
is
bro.
sick of snow and ice.
I was going to say, there's open water. You just got to be brave enough. The rivers are flowing. I was out on the weekend.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Brazil would be open by now. The reservoir.
Probably, actually. You're probably right.
But
Yeah, I think this
is there anything else, Mike?
seems like everybody's cutting out a little bit tonight.
I think so. It might be a lot of connections for the stream.
Could be. Plus, also all the weather not putting us. All right. Well, we're going to call this a success for our first one. We had a little bit of issues getting it to actually work to start out. We got her up and going. So it's great. If you got any questions, reach out to the trail page, either on the page or through Messenger, or reach out to any of your, and we'll get you guys squared away. And like I said, we're gonna open the registration probably by the weekend. Registration will be all events. You start paying, and then you're planning your holidays. Come out and kayak fish. And thank you guys for winning this year. It's great.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
Again.
I got a message saying that I'm in and do so.
And thanks everybody for joining us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to see everybody joined, and we'll see you guys all again soon.
Sounds good. Have a good one, everyone.